Welcome back to Commercial Finance Experts Academy. My name is Suo Chung, and today we're going to talk about relationship. Why? Well, relationship is a big deal, especially when it comes to commercial financing. And one of the brokers have reached out to me today and contacted me talking about why some of these lenders are not responding to me. I spoke to them over the phone, I sent them the deal, but they fall into the black hole somehow. What's up with that? I said, it's not uncommon, okay? And it's not unusual why that happened. Now, I know it doesn't happen to be often, but every now and then it does happen. Namely, usually because they're either overly swamped and you forgot to ask them and they didn't even tell you. When you initially contacted them, they may just try to get you off the phone so that they can go on back to the pile of work that they're currently doing. And without telling you, you send them the deal. Now they go, another one. I'll get to it later. First one in, first one out. That's the way most of them are. Especially if they're on salary, if they're on commission, that's a totally different matter. The one thing that I do want to say is this. Relationship building is critical to getting a faster response. Here's why. Not only when I send a file in, I really do have the initial chat with them and talking about the bumps, the warts on this file that I'm sending them, so that they know up front that it's going to be an easy file to sending in, or it's going to be a difficult file. So they won't even get to it. Or they say, oh no, I'm too busy. And the other thing that I do always want to talk to them about is, hey, John, how's it going? How's the kids? How's family? Did you work this weekend or did you play? Right? And most of them tend to spend time with the family because they're commercial account managers. They don't usually work over the weekend. Rarely, the odd ones do work on Saturday like myself. But most times, no. So the one thing is that if you have a relationship like that, you have lunch with them all the time, you catch up with the family, you know about their kids, they get to know you, you send them quality files, quality deals, and it's complete. Meaning that all they have to look at is, okay, loan amount, send it to credit. That's it. I do most of the work for them already, so they don't have to bother redoing any of my work or analysis that I've done. Other than confirming that, yeah, the numbers are correct, so that my numbers weren't off because I had very little sleep that night and I did the calculations quickly and made some silly mistakes. So, that being said, developing a relationship is critical. And always, if the guys that are really good, they're usually very busy. So it's always be on top of the mind, on top of the list by being a good friend and reaching out every now and then. Give them a little bit goodies here and then if you do have something that you don't tend to not like, but they like, right? Connect tickets, I get them. But Laura send me Connect tickets all the time. I don't use them. Some other colleagues from other banks, because I send a good file, they send me the tickets too. I'm going, well, okay, well, I'll send it to somebody else. Just like a Christmas gift, you don't use it, recycle it. There's nothing wrong about that. Rather than waste those tickets, right? Because I'm not a big hockey fan, somebody else is. So, use it. The other thing too is this. When you do call them, always ask them, hey, how's your plate? Are you relatively busy? Can you handle another file? Or are you really on your limit? How many are you currently juggling? If they say they got 5 or 6 files, don't send it to them. Okay? Find another person. If they have, 2 or 3, sure, I'm sure they can handle another one, but if they got half a dozen or a dozen files on the go, chances are you're going to be piled at the bottom somewhere, right? Because everybody else is urgently getting it done. That's all it is. And typically, I find it anyway, is that the credit union's response time is faster than the big bank response time. Unless they're new into the market, such as some of those foreign banks, Shinhan Bank, Wealth One, or Korean Bank. They're pretty quick to respond. Maybe it's an Asian ethnic way of attitude about business that they respond like every day. I get a new response from the Asian banks that I deal with. Aside from that, it's different. Hit and miss. It depends on which channel you also send the file to. If it's a holding company residential file, you're sending to mobile mortgage specialists, or you're sending to small business lending, or you're sending to commercial. It all depends, right? They have different response time as well for each one of them. And I find that smaller business lending, they have a faster response time because their files are quite small and there's not too many that will fit into their particular restrictive requirements between 100,000 to up to $1 million. Everything else is over that or below the threshold, which I think some of them are like a threshold of $350,000, $250,000, $350,000. So it's too small, they don't even bother doing it. It's just, the branch can handle that, personal banker can handle that. So they don't have to get involved. Aside from this, the other way to get in front of them, to get up front of them, to get a faster response is give them some incentive. I don't know, what is your incentive? How do you respond faster? Right? Just say, look, it's a straightforward file, or it's, hey, look, it's a rush file, so that right off the bat they know it's a hot coal, hot potato they want to play with or not, right? If they can't handle a rush file, they'll tell you up front, sorry, Sue, I cannot handle a rush file. Perhaps my colleague can help you with that. And then we'll refer you across the room to the other guy that doesn't have too many files to work with, right? So it doesn't hurt. And if you're upfront with them and just give them a way out, like always give them a way out. Just say, hey, I love you, John, and all, but I really don't want to inundate you with a challenging file like this. So just let me know, be frank, I'm okay with it. I can send it elsewhere, and the next file that's a little bit better with less words on it, I'll send it to you. Okay? So that's all I have to say about when you deal with people inside this industry, inside this space. Commercial financing, there's not too many of us in there, even a commercial account manager. Even if you look at overall, on a credit union-wise, there's even less people involved. So percentage-wise is less than the big banks. If the big banks are already busy, credit unions are even busier because there's less human resources dedicated for commercial. For say 100 commercial guys, 100 of the branch people, there are probably only about 2 dozen people, 15, 20 people that are handling commercial, and only about 5 or 6 that are handling business, small business lending, or even less, 2, even 1 or 2 at a branch even, right? If you understand that, the amount of work that they have on their plate is always going to be more and more and more in the pipeline. Everything is getting funneled to them from all the different branches even. Because not all branches have small business lending or commercial account managers there. Sometimes 2, 3 branches have one dedicated small business lending advisor, right? So do understand their position and just let them know that I understand what you face every day and I appreciate you. If you can do it, or if you can do it, I still appreciate you. And they like that. After all, we're human beings, right? We help each other when we can. We don't want to be overly stressed, just like you do. You don't want to get overly stressed, especially on a time crunch, okay? So be just upfront and transparent with them. And if this is a file they like, hey, I'll take care of it right away. And say, if it's a rush, say, could you put, is it possible for you to put it on the top of your pile? Ask them. They'll tell you, no, Sue, I got 2 rush files already. I can't handle a 3rd rush file, but I'll put it on the 4th one. How's that? Then you decide what to do. Okay? So, you like this video? Click like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll send you some more automatically over the next few ones that I roll out. Other than that, if you're looking for commercial financing, the workshop's coming up this month for me. And if you'd like to attend the Commercial Financing Mastery 2-day workshop, come on and you get fully immersed in commercial financing, how to handle all the residential file outside the broker channel, as well as commercial files. And I'll cover everything that you need to do. Just curious? If you're just curious about commercial financing, check out the comfee.org. It's about $249 for the online interactive workshop, comfea.org. Have any questions? Comment below. Or if you want to talk about any future topics, email me at sue@sharingbanksecrets.com. Okay? Take care. Have yourself a great day.